myself, because this is around the time I was in cosmetology school, or just finished cosmetology school. I would have just basically just did what I did now. 10 years ago, I wasn't even in the church that I'm in now. I wouldn't even know. Like, because there was so many things that was off when I was 26. Other than my children, I was staying at home with my mom, and I was finishing cosmetology school. The church, I was in a family church, but the family really didn't like the family. So it was a mess at 10 years. I wish I would have I would tell myself to keep your head up and focus on your goals and your children. One thing I did do when it came down to men, I focused on making them happy and not myself.
People pleaser.
Yeah, I was a big people pleaser.
Yeah, a lot of my friends, I'm gonna say this live so y'all don't, freak out. A lot of my friends call me a Captain Save-A-Ho. And that's simply, and it's hard though, because at the end of the day, I do got a good heart. So sometimes it's hard to navigate, am I being a Captain Save-A-Ho or am I just being a good person?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I have an issue with seeing a person that I care about go through something that I feel like I could prevent them from going through.
Right.
And so when I see them going through these things, I'm like, bruh, I literally told you this crap like 2-3 months ago. And it literally weighs on me, and then I feel like it's my job to help them get out of the situation.
That's not your job.
But it's not, at 30 years old, I know that now. Trust me, I know now. Sorry, that's your situation. I ain't gonna get involved with it.
Right.
You need to pray, get yourself out.
Yes.
But I always felt like it was on me to help a person get out of a hole that they dug for themselves.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure. So I was a big people pleaser, for sure.
And that's crazy. You can't get me to please you now. I don't care. I don't care. Feel how you feel. I don't even care anymore. But I was a big people pleaser. I want to make everybody happy. My daughter does have that trait from me. When her friends get upset with her or something is not going right with them, because she has such a motherly nature about her, and she's the most responsible one out of all of her friends. She feels like she has to help them or do whatever they needs to be done to make them happy. And it's stressful.
For sure. Absolutely.
It's stressful. And
Absolutely.
Me and her doctor one time, she was having chest pains, and the doctor told her that she was stressed and asked her what she was stressed about, and she was like, her friend was really upset that day, and she just wanted to make her friend happy, but it was no making her friend happy. Like, she was just not pleased with anything, and she said she just felt bad. She couldn't do anything. And I was like, baby, you can't help everybody as much as we want to.
For sure.
Some things you gotta leave for God to handle.
Yeah, for sure. Cause we're not him. Yeah. And we can't jump in the inside of a person and change nothing for them.
Right.
So most times, especially if the person not willing, all we do is just add more stress, aggravation, and depression, and hardships for ourselves. Absolutely.
Because we can see the potential in them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't see it.
Yeah, that potential be screwing you over, boy. Sometimes it's okay to see potential, but sometimes you need to wait till potential turn into fruit.
Right. Is it producing?
Yeah, we just wait till it produce. Wait till it blossoms.
It's not even
right now, you might hurt me. It
will. It definitely will.
Yeah. So let's talk about. And when you talked to me about this, you told it to me as if it was a big thing that was hard for you to beat. We were talking about the weed. What was that like that day when you gathered up all your utensils
You say utensils?
Well, you got.
Oh my God, I've never heard you use like that. Utensils.
Well, you gathered up all of your little items, and you went to the garbage can, and you dumped it all out. What? Just walk me through that night. That was at night.
That was nighttime.
Okay.
It was like 1 something in the morning.
Walk me through that night.
So for a while, I had been feeling like I was just doing it out of habit. Not to say I wasn't getting high or getting the feeling that I was chasing. I just was tired.
Yeah.
Like, I had been trying to quit for years. I had been quit one time for a whole year just to see if I could do it. And I was like, oh, I can do it. Then my birthday rolled around and I was like, I'm gonna start back again.
Yeah.
And I promise you, the first lady at my church at the time told me, it's gonna come back on you 7 times stronger. And that thing hopped on my back, and I mean hopped on it hard.
Wow.
So this time it was just like I couldn't do it. Probably about 3-4 months ago, a voice told me in my head, if you don't stop smoking, you're gonna die. And it scared me. But I heard it several times. It scared me, and I probably stopped for like a week. And I picked back up. And I was like, oh, dang. Like, I tried to push the thought in the back of my head
100%.
because I don't want to think about leaving Earth sooner than anticipated to do. That night, I was drained. It was like my life was just not going where I wanted to go. And marijuana was not helping me get there. It wasn't helping me financially. It wasn't helping me mentally. I was dropping at least $400 a month on marijuana.
Ooh.
That's a bill.
Yeah, that is, because I was going to get in there, because I wanted people to understand like the real context of it, because some people, I think it's important to let the people know like how deep you was in it,
right?
So that they can really see that it wasn't you that got yourself out of it,
right?
You know, so $400 a month.
$400.
That's a car note for some people.
That is my car note.
that's almost, depending on how many family plan. That's almost a family plan for iPhones or whatever you got. What else that is? That's some people GRU. Some people you can pay 2 of their GRU bills with that. Wow.
It was a lot. And I know people that spends more. And my 400 was like, when I would say how much I spend a month to them, they be like, oh, that ain't nothing. I'm like, you spend more than that?
Wow.
Like, but you never really sat down and looked at it because I make money every day. So it's cash coming in my hand every single day. And if I don't manage that money or write it down, it's easy for me to just put 20 here, 20 there, 40 there, 50 there. But by the time you buy your marijuana, by the time you buy your cigarillos or papers or whatever you're rolling up with, it just adds up. It adds up quickly. Like I was just dropping it easily. Now I don't even want to go on Amazon and be like, that's $28 for that outfit. But before I was dropping $50 on a bag of marijuana.
100%.
With no hesitation. Just did it.
Wow.
So I was just drained of it, and I had my last.
You had to go out with a bang.
I had to go out with a bang, but I was kind of mad because I had
so you was walking to the trash high.
I was high.
Oh man, that's good stuff.
I was high. I'm not even gonna count. And I was mad at God because I was like, Lord, if you want me to stop today, why did you have me go buy, this fresh pack of cigarillos, this fresh pack? I still had a good amount of marijuana left.
Yeah.
And I was like, come on. But that last one I rolled, I was like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I sat on my bed and wrestled with that thing for 2 hours before I actually got up and went to the garbage can.
Wow.
Like I laid in my bed, tossed and turned. I was not asleep. The TV was on, but my mind was everywhere because I did not want to do it. But my spirit was like, if you want to go to the next level.
Yeah. Tell me some of them thoughts. Was it like, dang, it's gonna be hard. Dang, do I really want to do it? Dang, like, what was the actual thoughts you was going through?
I felt like certain people, because it wasn't just marijuana that night. It was just like I was dying to my old lifestyle, period. I had already stopped having sex in August. So a month later, it's like, now I gotta give up this?
Yeah.
Like, hold on, God, you coming too fast, because it wasn't just marijuana, because I like to party at least once a month. I got old now, okay, do every weekend. But at least once a month I would go to this R&B thing or whatever. Like, I love
that's so famous
R&B. Oh my God, I love R&B music. But for me to go into that atmosphere, I had to be on a certain level.
Yeah.
I would roll however many blunts I'm gonna smoke that night.
Yeah.
I would have to drink a certain amount of alcohol. So it's like I had to come out of myself
100%.
to go in the atmosphere.
You know what that remind me of? That remind me of freaking Peter. When Yeshua said, before the rooster crow, you're gonna be denied me, right?
Wow.
And when people was coming to him saying, man, that's the dude who was with Yeshua.
Right.
He would get mad and deny, right? No, I wasn't with him. And on that last time, when they was like, man, that's him, he started cursing and acting out of the character, because one of the people said, your accent is giving you away. Like, he had been walking with Yeshua so long, like he had to start to become him.
Yeah, and he
like his ways, his thoughts, his talk.
Yeah.
And when we are real believers and you know the word, right?
Right.
You look different than the crowd. So Peter
had to
he had to start acting like the crowd in order to blend in, just so that they wouldn't say that's the dude that was with.
Right.
So when you said that, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. The lengths that we'll go to blend in.
With everybody else, and that's
Man,
so. And you know, I used to think it was just natural, but I've been doing it since I've been smoking marijuana since I was 17. So it's like I'm 36 now.
Wow.
So that's a long time.
That's
About 15 years.
That's over 15 years.
15 years I've been smoking marijuana. So it's like it was nothing for me to do it.
Yeah.
But now I have to come to a life where I have to put it down for real.
Yeah.
So that's the thoughts that I was battling with, and what friends that I'm finna lose behind it. Now, my friend, this year alone, I've already lost friends.
Wow.
Like God, I've asked God at the beginning of the year, I asked God for more discipline and consistency. Now, I was talking about my weight loss journey.
Yeah.
I was not talking about everything else.
Yeah.
People just started dropping off. Like, the closer I started getting with God, even though I was still partying, certain things about me, it's like he was just peeling back.
Pruning season.
Yes, like he was just peeling back certain things, and certain people was dropping off. So I'm already down to 2 friends.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah.
I was like, Lord, I ain't gonna have nobody. Thank God the 2 friends that I do have are real, true friends.
100%.
They don't smoke marijuana like that, so it wasn't nothing for them to not smoke around me. Or
100%.
if I told them I stopped going out. I didn't want to party anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't want to, certain places I just can't go into, because now I feel like if I go into that place, I'm gonna have to drink or get high to enjoy myself.
100%.
And then if I feel like if I gotta do that, then I don't need to be there.
100%.
I don't want to be there.
100%.
And that's just how I feel now. I don't think they completely understand it, because they asked me a few weeks back to go somewhere, and I was like, I really don't feel like going.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, it ain't the club. I was like, I know, but it's still kind of like the atmosphere. Like,
100%.
I just don't
Yeah.
feel the need. I was like,
Yeah.
just certain things don't deserve my presence.
100%. And I can relate to that, because, man, I feel in this with my own situation. One, people, when you pray and ask God for a certain characteristic, He's not going to give you that characteristic. He's going to take you through a series of trials and tests for you to develop that characteristic that you asking Him for.
Right.
For example, when you ask for consistency, He's going to hit you with some stuff for you to develop
That's why I gotta
consistency.
stay smart. Be careful what you ask for. I mean, this is
See, you weren't specific with your prayer.
I should have been waiting.
Yeah, you should have been. That's so funny. But yeah, I also feel like Yahweh compresses, like when you're going through a pruning season, I feel like He compresses the turnover time. Like when you talk about smoking since 17, and now you're 36. But look at how quick he took you through a season of pruning.
right.
To break you off from that. He didn't say, okay, I'm gonna give you 15 years to break away from this.
Right.
He like, nah, you said you was for real about me. You said yes. We finna get to work. You've been bound by this for 15 years, but we gonna get you out of this in 5 months.
And you know that's so
And
crazy.
it's work.
It's work. But I feel like lust for men
Mm-hmm.
is harder for me than marijuana. I haven't thought about smoking marijuana since I threw it away that night. It hasn't been a thought or a sensation.
Yeah.
It's like God is literally
Took
washed
the
my
taste
tongue
out.
and took the taste right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
For me not even to want it anymore.
Yeah.
I wish you would do the same thing for these men,
Yeah.
but it does. It's see, I ain't gonna give you all of it easy.
Yeah. And I think too, cause I battle with this a lot too. With like, man, why with certain things I can just easily just cut it off, but with this thing, man, it's done hard. And I think too, why? Because it's necessary for marriage, right?
Right.
Because when you do get married, like you want to have a burning desire for your spouse.
Exactly.
So if he take that away,
I don't have one.
I
that
don't
makes
see
sense. That makes sense.
So, and then the other part of that, I feel like that spirit, right? Because there's levels of different spiritual demons, if you want to say. And I just feel like that spirit and the spirit of homosexuality, I feel like those two spirits are some of the toughest spirits to beat. I don't feel they're the same spirits as alcoholism and all of these other ones. Like I feel like these different spirits have tears for sure.
They're stronger.
And that's another reason why I encourage people to just don't even get involved in it. Because once you have that taste for it, now it's hard to break off of it. So it's better to be absent and just never even get involved in it, so you don't even know what the taste is, than to taste it and now you gotta battle like that, because it's good. It's good. It's not like it's something horrible. It's good. So who wants to stop something that's good? Nobody.
It's the people that just do it with it, and the things that come behind it with it, the troubles, the headaches.
Yeah.
You got children with you, somebody you don't even like.
Yeah, and I think those are all the consequences for doing something outside of covenant.
It is.
And I think
Diseases,
the reason
all
why
that.
he wanted us in covenant to protect us from all of the foolishness, which is why Paul said, I'd rather you get married than to burn with desire. If you can't control yourself, just don't get married.
Right.
Because when you do this stuff outside of it, you open yourself up to a whole nother world that we don't want you. We, as in Paul, didn't want you, God didn't want you, and his son didn't want you being a part of, because they know the trouble that comes with it. They know the hardships, they know the demons, they know the spiritual attack, they know everything that comes with it.
Right.
So it's like, man, I'm trying to protect you. Just go get married. But
be hard at it.
Yeah, we is. We 100%
We
hard.
wanna do what we wanna do.
Yeah.
I want that burning sensation. I want to just satisfy it now.
Yeah.
It's so crazy because you do it and then you don't even be satisfied. You still have a hole in you.
Yeah, because it's addiction.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when it's outside of marriage, it's an addiction, right? And with any addiction, all addictions are black holes.
Yeah.
There's never going to be a pinnacle of satisfaction in a stronghold,
Right.
or in an addiction. That's why you constantly have
Keep
to do
chasing it. You keep chasing that same high. It's like
absolutely.
Yep.
You
And you never
constantly
get it
got to do it. And it's so crazy because even outside of that, it's all kinds. Eating.
Right.
Some people are addicted to the high that they get from eating, and it leads them right into the grave.
Yeah. That's so
You'll
crazy.
go to the doctor. How many older people? I done went out. How many older people that you know that let's share. Sharing is caring. How many older people do you know? They go to the doctor and the doctor specifically say you can no longer eat this kind of stuff.
Right.
And then they leave the doctor and like, man, shoot, screw that doctor, man. I ain't died yet. I'm a better. And they keep on doing it. And a couple months later, a year later, they dead.
Yep. Hard-headed.
Addicted.
They addicted to whatever it was.
Yeah. I'm trying to get off them Red Bulls.
Really?
What? It's been the third day of me not drinking them, right? Day 2, I sat down to eat some food. Boy, I thought I was going through withdrawal. My hands were shaking.
That's crazy.
I was trying to spread the butter on my pancakes, and I'm like, man, what the devil going on?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, man.
Red Bull.
Red Bulls.
Oh.
Addicted.
I never really liked the Red Bulls. Like,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But everybody have their things that they really love and really like, and it's sad. But I do thank God that marijuana never led me to a stronger drug. I have people in my family that uses crack, cocaine, alcoholism runs very heavy on my mother's side of the family. It was something that, Lord, please don't never let me just get so high, get fed up with marijuana to the point where I want to go try something else. I don't want to put that up my nose. That's crazy. Like, I've literally watched aunties and cousins do these drugs, and I just look at them like, what do you get out of it? Because they act completely.
Yeah, for sure.
I used to justify it. I used to be like, well, I don't act like that on marijuana.
Yeah.
I was a functioning, like I say, I was a functioning pothead. So I thought at one point when I first started doing hair, I thought smoking weed before I went to work made me do hair better.
That's so crazy. Self-righteous hypocrisy.
And
We tell ourselves some stories that keep doing the things that we know.
No, it ain't right.
We ain't supposed to be doing.
You know it ain't right.
If it makes sense to us,
it makes sense.
It's good enough just to block us from. And it's crazy because I feel like we do that so that I feel like when we do that, it's almost like we put a wall up to the Holy Spirit, so that He can't convict us from the stuff that we're doing.
So you don't want to hear it.
You don't want to. Yeah, you're trying to turn a blind eye to it, and it's like certain things you won't watch, certain teachers of the word you won't listen to because you know their message is gonna convict. And you like, man, I ain't listening to that. Because if I get convicted, then I'm gonna start feeling bad when I'm doing it. I really don't want to stop what I'm doing.
I used to do that. You know, I'm not watching that man today. I'm not, because I don't want to. I want to continue to feel the way I'm feeling.
For sure.
So yeah,
Dang, man.
That's crazy. But yeah, I used to justify it. My mom used to swim now. It's just not right. And it got to the point where my mom was just like, whatever. She 36. She gonna do what she want to do.
Yeah.
Long as it wasn't, because I seen it as I was still a provider. I still was taking care of home. I still was paying all my bills. I wasn't out here acting like a baser. I wasn't
Yeah.
fiending, scratching,
Yeah.
selling my stuff. So, you know, I was feeling like, hey, I'm good. Like,
Yeah.
I can go to work and literally do it and not have a problem. I had a lady come to me
Mm.
last Saturday and she said, I'm so proud of you. She said, I want to stop smoking as well.
Mm.
She said, but I never knew you smoked. And I was like, yeah. She said, I thought when I read your post and you said that, she said, I was like blown away.
Mm.
Because she said, you didn't never come off to me as that type of person.
Yeah, for sure.
I went to church.
Yeah.
I would never
too.
smoke before I went to church.
Yeah, I was shocked too.
I'm not doing that. Now I'm not going to. I felt like, oh no, that's
You was sinning, but you weren't going.
I wasn't gonna do that before. I wasn't gonna be disrespectful and go in the house of the Lord smelling like marijuana. Even though back in 2009 I did.
Yeah.
It was I want to say the first time I ever went to a Koji church, and I just fell in love with the Koji church. And I went to Bible study, and I was with my homegirl, and she smoked a lot. God rest her soul. She passed away some years back, but she smoked a lot. And just being in the car, I got out smelling like her. And the pastor said something to me afterwards. He was like, "You smell like marijuana," and I was high as a kite. I just laughed it off or whatever like that. But I knew then, I was like, well, I gotta stop going to church.
Yeah.
If I know I'm finna go to church, I'm just not finna do it or, you know, be around it or whatever. But I thought that was enough for God.
Ain't that's crazy how we think that puts us in good standing?
You know, that I thought that. I was like,
I'm a sin Monday through Saturday. But if I can try not to Saturday night, because I know I'm going Sunday, then I'm going to do that, and I'll be able to go in there and feel somewhat okay about saying, thank you, Jesus, and play. See, we be playing. We play
too much.
Yeah, we do.
We play too much.
Yeah.
I literally, one weekend, I know we used to fast before we danced at church. And our dance teacher would put us on a fast for a whole week. For some reason that week we was not on a fast. And I went to temple and I partied hard that Friday night. I had to dance Sunday. That whole Friday night I partied hard. I was hungover, so Saturday I just stayed in the house and slept in to sober up because I knew I had to do the dance the next day. So we got out there and we did the dance. And we didn't miss nothing. Everybody did dance perfectly. So we get back in the bathroom, was like, yeah, we did that, we brought that. The pastor walks in and he was like, I seen nothing but flesh on the floor. He was so disappointed. And his disappointment made me feel bad. But at the time I wasn't thinking about, we disappointed God the whole week. Like,
absolutely.
You get what I'm saying? Like every day we disappoint God like that. So because he's not standing in front of us, telling us that we just don't see it, or we don't recognize it. Yeah. I don't know. The more I grew in God, the more it's like I can hear it.
For sure.
Now, like I can hear, don't do that, or it's gonna disappoint me. Like God won't be pleased with that. That's the first thought that comes to my mind with a lot of things now.
Yeah. My favorite scripture is the one that says, delight, I think it's Psalms 37:4. Delight yourself in me and I will give you the desires of your heart. Right? And I don't think we overlook that so much because like once you tell him, yes, I'm for real, and you start going through a pruning season to where he's breaking these things off of you and you drawing nearer to him, like he's literally putting his desires inside your heart.
Right. So
the things that you once didn't care about or you had like a reprobate mind to, it's like now it's like, nah, God don't like that. Nah, if I do that right now, I know that's not holding up his standard. I know what that says, so I can't do that. It's like now his word becomes more apparent. It becomes like almost like glasses to where you're looking through the word now versus looking through flesh.
Right.
So him putting that desire in our hearts and we live in accordance to his desires, I believe that's where the conviction of the word comes from, and us being able to navigate life according to
Right.
what he's putting in our chest
It's
now.
his will.
Absolutely.
His will.
So yeah, man. So
It's
wow.
hard though.
Yeah, it's challenging, but that's the real of it. We have to stop making being believers, like people pitch being a Christian or a believer like it's gonna be peaches, rainbows, and just like we have to stop pushing that to people, because pick up your cross, deny yourself, and follow me. Ain't peaches, rainbows, and green.
Like,
Did not kill yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is present yourselves as a living sacrifice. What do you do when you sacrifice and you offering up something? Right? You gotta kill the flesh daily. That's not that's not something that's just gonna be easy all the time.
I think he tests you to see if you serious enough.
For sure.
Especially for me, not too long ago, I was financially just struggling for a little bit, and I was like, God, I had more money when I was partying every weekend, and I was buying marijuana every week. I had more money.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? Like, I'm paying tithes. Why am I struggling this week? It's like I had clients, but the money just was not adding up.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just so confused. But instead of me just losing it, I just sat there and prayed.
Yeah.
And, God, I know you my provider.
Yeah.
So I need you to pay this bill, because I don't know how it's going to get paid.
Yeah.
So I think he was just seeing if we were really going to trust him with everything and lean on him for everything. Because sometimes we say what we're going to do, and the littlest thing will knock us off course, and we right back to doing our old ways.
For sure. For sure, running in the dark, not expecting to hit something. But if you do, knowing that you'll be all right. That's how I feel about it. Because I look at, what if he didn't come through? See, and that's the thing about trust, that what if he don't?
It wasn't me.
Do you still trust?
At this point, I'm seeing it as, if God don't come through on if I pray for something and it doesn't happen, it was not meant for it to happen. It was a consequence. Say if God didn't come through and pay that bill, if I'll look at it as, you need to manage your money better.
Mm-hmm.
If you manage your money better, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah.
So it's certain things that you have to look at yourself about, because just because God is your provider, that don't mean go spend your money all willy-nilly. And thinking God will just come through and send you a check in the mail, or somebody just randomly just give you money. Don't just think that's going to happen. You got to still do what you know is right. You still got to manage your money properly. You still got to take care of this, because it has to be done. Don't put yourself in a situation.
Yeah, for sure, that too. And I'll wrap up with this. We pray for stuff that doesn't benefit the kingdom. Because if the angels was created to serve, and we was created to serve, then that means if I'm presenting myself as a living sacrifice to him, right? I'm offering my body, offering my thoughts, my everything to you to use for the serving of your kingdom. That means the things that I ask for should align with your will.
Right.
So one, God, continue to put me in your will. Then two, the things that I'm asking for, this is my heart set behind it. I'm asking you for these things because I'm looking for to do these things according to your will for ministry. So when I pray, I don't say, God, I want a promotion because I just want some more money so I can go buy me this and buy me that. Like my heart set was, God, I want to make the extra money so that I can have more to pour into ministry, so that I can use this milestone as a testimony, which in this word it says your testimonies are like my counselors. So I'm using this as a testimony to then go back and tell other young men that grew up without a father, that's black like me, that you can make 6 figures in a trade. You can make 6 figures without going to college. You can earn and be successful and create a foundation for your family
if you do these things, if you take care of God's business, He'll take care of you. So when I go to God, I'm asking Him for things for the benefit of the kingdom. And I feel like a lot of times we ask for things that does not benefit servant at all.
Yeah.
If we are a tool, if we are servants, if I'm asking God for this tool, will this help me in ministry or distract me from ministry? And I feel like a lot of our prayers will be distractions. You know, any last comments that you want to say before we close out?
No, I don't have anything.
No? Okay. Line out, Roy. Line them out.